All right, welcome back to Project Mayhem. I'm Thomas Cox.
Rich Froning here.
This is a special regionals edition of Project Mayhem. Will's going to read us a question.
All right, the question today is from 06 Live Fast. Question is, how do you prep for regionals after hearing the workouts for the first time? Does your training leading up to regionals remain the same? Strength, Oli, skill, metcon, or do you modify your training according to the particular movements that are going to be used in the events?
For me, I try to keep it as normal as possible. I try not to change up too much stuff. I still do the same skill practice stuff, work on my Olympic lifts, regardless of what movements are coming up. You know, I may, with this regional, I've worked on pistols a little bit more because I try to steer away from pistols in my normal training just because it's harder on my knees. Handstand push-ups, I added a few more handstand push-ups a week, but I try not to let regionals dictate what I do as far as training. I don't want to specialize for those specific workouts. Thomas is on our team.
Right.
Rich is on our team. Whatever. He's on our team. He's going to talk to you about what we do for the team-wise.
Individually, I think it's totally different because what happens is in team, you've got to work with somebody. And so as a team, you need to work on those events. I think that you need to work on transitions. Who's going first, who's going second, who's going last in the different six-man events. And I'm going to be honest with you, Rich, it's really, really hard. That's the negative of being last in the regionals. It's hard not to think, yeah, I need to work on deadlifts. Yeah, I need to work on handstand push-ups or something like that. But I think that there's a time and a place for that. But I also think that there's also a time and a place to work on your other Olympic movements or the other things that are not in the regional workouts, because this is not just fitness. Fitness is everything. And if you do qualify for the games, there's going to be something different. And you don't want to have not worked on something for 6 weeks.
Right.
And so I think that in a team setting, you do need to try some of the workouts out, because nothing in the team. I'm not going to be taxed the same as Rich is. Rich is doing 7 workouts. I'm doing 4, and so it's different. It's different. So we can do more of the workouts in their entirety. Now, also, I think that doing the workouts in intervals, half of something, wait a little bit, half of it again, wait a little bit, or sections. I think that's a good idea. But as far as, I think Rich makes a great point. Don't vary your training. There's no front squats per se in the regional workouts.
Do vary your training.
Yeah, do vary your training. There's no front squats in the workouts. We do front squats every week. There's no bench. We bench every week. There's no. So I think you've got to keep your same programming going, but yeah, implement some of the things in your training.
Agreed.
So do you guys ever do the actual workouts? Or Rich, do you do the actual workouts for the regionals? Do you practice them?
I mean, Jackie, I've done a few times just because it's a benchmark workout. Not just since the regionals been let out, but I have tried the overhead squat and burpee muscle up just to feel how the two work together. But I have not done any of the other workouts in their entirety, or maybe pieces of it, but not in its entirety. I respect the workouts more than others who do them multiple times. I know they're going to hurt, so what's the point in doing them? But
do y'all kind of think about, I know you talked about strategy, Thomas, but Rich, do you think about your strategy, even though you haven't done the workouts? Do you still try to pick them apart and think about transitions, think about breaking things up into sets?
Especially the 50 handstand push-ups, that's a lot to do. And I did mess around with just double unders and handstands just to feel what 50 felt like after doing the double unders, and seeing if it was faster to go in larger sets or smaller sets, take a break, but go faster in those sets. So I messed around with that, and just to see what's going to be the fastest, because it's starting to come down to strategy now, because some of these guys have been doing these workouts for 6 weeks, and so you don't want to be too far behind some of those guys that have done those workouts several times, or at least even once.
The good thing about knowing them is if someone's lacking a skill, a rope climb, a muscle up, an overhead squat, you've got time to work on. Now, an overhead squat's not going to get that much better, but you can still get a little bit better at it. And skills, I think, skills you can. I mean, there's been people that have not, like last year, we had a girl that had never done a muscle up, and 2 weeks before she did a muscle up. So I mean, you've got time to work on those skills. So.
Do you think it puts people at a disadvantage being able to practice the regional workouts and then going to the games and kind of being not blindsided, but it's more of the unknown and the unknowable with the games, because you don't know until you kind of show up?
That's CrossFit. That's what you're supposed to be ready for. So disadvantage. Everybody's on the same playing field.
Yeah, I don't think so. Last year, Hackspack won it. SBC finished second, and both those teams crushed their region last year in regionals. So I think the best team is going to win. I don't think it's not going to be a fluke when it comes to CrossFit games. It's the winner's going to be the winner. Big truck right there. The winner's going to be the winner. So, anything else?
No, thanks a lot. That's it for today's CF Project Mayhem. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube and post questions to #CF Project Mayhem on Twitter. See ya.
Awesome.